please welcome back to our show our wildlife expert friend, Dave Mizejewski.
Hey, Wendy. So good to see you.
Dave, what did you bring for us today?
Well, we just kicked off the Great American Campout at the National Wildlife Federation. It's all about getting people outdoors, experiencing nature, just by camping in your backyard or at a campsite. So all the animals that I have today are animals that you might see or hear if you're out in nature camping. So let's bring out the first one.
Okay.
All right, so our first one is a super common species. No matter where you live in the US,
That's a fox?
this is a red fox. Let's see if I can hang on to her here.
I've seen a redder fox in our backyard.
Yeah, well, this is why I wanted to bring a red fox on. They're found all over the country. They are very, very common, even in our backyards.
Can I pet?
They're not dangerous. If you want to gently.
I'm not as scared as I was in your previous visits, because now we have a dog. So,
well, this is, I'm gonna take her back here. She's shaking just a little bit. Watch her mouth there. Aww. So this is actually a wild dog. And while they're not dangerous, they're not gonna come attack you. What you shouldn't do, because they are wild animals, they're not pets. I'm trained to do this. This animal, actually, her mother was killed by a car. And so she was rescued, and we're raising her up to be an animal ambassador so I can bring her on TV and teach people about them. But again, a fox is a great animal. You actually might hear it shrieking at night. They make an awful sound. It sounds like a woman being murdered. So if you hear that, that's what it is. It's just a red fox.
And she's an orphan.
She's an orphan, yep.
Aww,
yep.
bye.
Several of the animals, including one of the ones I'm gonna bring out later, same thing. Their next animal is a cousin of this red fox.
Okay.
But much bigger. And not one.
German shepherds?
These are wolves.
Oh.
These are gray wolf pups.
Oh.
Gray wolf pups, okay? So this is the bigger cousin of the fox. This is not an animal that you would ever find in your backyard. Wolves are afraid of people.
Oh.
Even though they have a bad reputation, people think of the big bad wolf. The big bad wolf is a lie. These guys need wild wilderness areas. So if you go camping,
pet?
Yeah, if you want to gently, again, just on the back here, these guys are pretty young and they're still pretty mellow. So if you go camping in, say, Yellowstone National Park or up in the Great Lakes where wolf populations have recovered.
His hair is nappy, by the way. it's not like slick and nice.
Yeah, but you probably would never see a wolf, but again, you would probably hear wolves howling. Amazing thing to do when you're camping. So, all right, we're gonna send these two little guys back because we got some really great animals.
Dave always says, never name your animals. Like if you have a wild animal, first of all,
you shouldn't have a wild animal.
You're wrong.
Right.
But if you do, the reason that Dave doesn't name his animals is because people get too friendly with, like, Snoopy the wolf.
Right.
Oh, Snoopy, Snoopy, Snoopy.
And I'm here to talk about conserving animals in the wild, not making them pets. So let's bring out our next animal, though.
Now I'm
This one, you're gonna be a little bit grossed out by.
A vulture.
It is a black vulture.
Okay.
Now, again, if you're talking about going out camping, spending time out in nature,
oh my gosh, he's got gold highlights on his wings. Are you serious? Look.
Yeah. See that? So they're other than that light on their feathers they're totally black. They've got a black head. That's why they're called black vultures. But this is one of the most common wildlife that you can see all across America. If you look up in the sky and you see a really big bird with really thick, square wings, it's probably one of these guys. Now check out the head. There's really not many feathers on there. Do you know why that is?
No.
Because they stick those heads into dead, rotting animal carcasses to get their meal. So it helps keep their head clean, it helps keep them sanitary. And as gross as that is, we need these guys because if they didn't clean up the dead animals, there would be piles of dead animals everywhere. So, yeah. All right,
this is named vulture. It's just so gross.
Well, but now that you know a little bit more about them, you can appreciate them.
Yes,
right?
I do. I appreciate it.
All right, we've got two more animals to get to, and I really want to get to them.
Okay,
so
come on.
Let's come on over here. And I'm gonna sink down. You can join me on the ground if you want to meet this next animal up close. This is a river otter. And river otters, now you don't want to put your hand near the mouth, but...
No! Then don't put his mouth near me. Dave, please. Dave.
All right, we're gonna pull her over here.
Okay.
So river otters, as the name suggests, live in rivers and lakes and streams, and they're really important wetland wildlife. They feed on fish and frogs.
His fur feels good.
Well, they actually historically have been hunted because of that fur. And they declined because of unsustainable hunting and habitat destruction. But because we've been protecting their wetland habitats, they're rebounding. So it's kind of a success story of wildlife. Another species, if you go camping this summer for the Great American Campout, anywhere near a lake, a pond, or a stream, keep your eye out for these guys. They're elusive, but they're out there.
And they spend most of the time
She wants to go back to her mom, yeah. All right, our last animal, you're gonna love this one. You okay? Sorry. I forgot you were wearing really high heels.
Okay.
All right, so you can help with this one, Wendy.
I love it.
Do you know what this is,
Oh my
right?
gosh, first of all, I thought zebras were black and white.
Well,
but
you know, when they're babies, their fur is actually kind of brown. Let's see if we can get them to eat. You want to hold it up, all the way like that. Tilt the head back. Now, obviously, a zebra is not an animal you're going to see camping in your backyard here in the States, but a lot of people go on safari to Africa or exotic places. That's totally legit. You can go and experience amazing wildlife if you just get outside. That's the real message of the Great American
Here's what I'm
Campout.
gagging at. His teeth are shaped like human teeth.
Yeah, well, you know, those
They're not all forky and pointy. They're squared off like chiclets like us.
you know why that is? Because they eat grass and they have to chomp and cut through the grass. That's why they don't eat meat. They don't have big fangs or canine teeth. So
Can I touch his fur?
you can touch his fur gently.
Okay, gently.
Yeah,
Okay.
I keep saying gently as if you're gonna like
Gently.
bash on the animals, but
And your eyelashes are gorgeous, honey.
But I will tell you this, we're actually very cautious around zebras because even though they're a member of the horse family, they are wild animals, they're not domesticated, and they can bite and kick pretty badly, so.
Now you tell me.
Well, he's happy with his bottle, so.
Okay.
But yeah, again, the Great American Campout, folks, go outside and camp, you will not regret it. National Wildlife Federation does this all summer long, so hopefully you'll participate. This is a gopher tortoise. And as you said, today I brought on animals that are threatened and endangered and are declining. Today, the extinction rate is 1,000 times greater than it normally would be because of human activity. And so the National Wildlife Federation is dedicated to protecting these wildlife, making sure we have them for the future.
What type of human activity? Like we want the tortoise for tortoiseshell sunglasses and things?
In this particular species, these guys live down in Florida and in Georgia. They used to live all across the Southeast. These guys, habitat destruction. We're gobbling up their habitat for developments and roads and highways. It's really bad. Now, this guy's extra special because there's another animal that relies on him to survive that's also a threatened species.
Oh, a friend.
These guys dig burrows. Okay, gopher tortoises, so they dig burrows, and there's a few dozen other animal species that live in those burrows. This is one of them. So we're gonna put him there.
Now, Dave is an old friend to the show, and if you've been watching this show long enough, you know I have a healthy respect for animals. I'm
Yes.
scared of all of them, and I feel as though they can smell fear. So I'm trying to be brave.
You are very brave, and I promise you, you're gonna be fine. This is a beautiful indigo snake. Look at the beautiful color. You can gently touch. Not slimy,
Ooh, he's
beautiful.
cold.
Yeah, so anyway, these two animals rely on each other. If we destroy one, we destroy the other. But we've got a bunch of other really cool animals that I want to get
Okay.
to. So let's go on to our next animal.
One more thing about our friend the tortoise.
Yes.
How old is he? Because I hear that they can live to be like 100 and...
Yeah, these guys, you got them?
Oh, it's an owl.
Tortoises can live decades, so. This owl is called a barn owl. Now, this is an animal that is actually found all around the world. North America, South America, Australia, Africa. But because, again, of habitat destruction, they're not common throughout their range. If you're lucky, you could attract this owl to your backyard, even in urban areas. So,
Are you
but
serious?
We have to have the habitat for them, and that's nesting habitat. They need, cavities to nest in if you have an old barn or a building, hence the name barn owl. But these guys can hear a mouse and catch it in absolute pitch darkness. Amazing.
Okay, does the neck go all the way around?
Not all the way around, 270 degrees.
270
yeah, otherwise
degrees.
the head would pop off.
Yeah.
We got a couple more really cool animals,
Okay.
though. Let's bring out our next one. Now, you're gonna absolutely love this next animal.
I'm sure.
Totally gorgeous, beautiful animal, which is one of the reasons why it has gotten into trouble. Overhunting. Here we come. Okay.
Oh, right.
This is a lynx.
A lynx coat is beautiful. I see what
Yeah.
you mean by that.
All right, here, sweetie. There we go.
Some of you
So-
ladies watching have lynx coats.
This is, I hope not. This is a Eurasian lynx. Okay, they're actually doing okay in the wild, but their cousins, the Canada lynx and the Iberian
really
lynx
beautiful
that lives in
animal.
Spain is critically endangered. So in North America, climate change is actually what is making the Canada lynx endangered because their habitat is no longer there because of climate change. So beautiful, beautiful animal.
How old is this?
This is an adult, so she's like 2 years old. She'll fill out a little bit more. This is the largest lynx species,
Yeah.
but they live those giant feet.
I was gonna say, your
They're-
feet are big.
They're adapted for the snow. All right, let's bring out our last animal. And again, all of these animals are animals that the National Wildlife Federation is really dedicated to protecting, and we really need everybody's help out there. So hope folks will go to the Wendy website.
Yes.
There's a link there, and
Absolutely.
you guys can
What is
all
that?
get
Is that a
involved.
gecko?
This is one of my favorite animals. It is a tiger salamander, okay? It's an amphibian, cousin to a frog and a toad. These guys are declining all around the world. If you want to
Beautiful.
If you want to gently touch it, very brave. Yeah.
Ooh, you know what it feels like? It feels cold and slimy.
Yeah, these guys are slimy. But here's the thing. Ugly animals still need our protection.
No, this is beautiful.
Okay, all right. Well, good. That's what I like to hear. I've done my job here. All right, last animal. Really, really awesome.
What does that eat?
These guys eat anything that they can actually stuff down their throat.
What is that?
Okay, so this is the lemur that you heard about or that you were talking about. Not, you can just stay right there.
This is what they told me about this
now,
lemur.
these guys live in trees, critically endangered animal. These guys, because they live in trees, like to jump, so that's why, you probably want to stay over there.
He can jump 20 feet, so the
get
whole first row, you watch it too.
No, we're gonna keep you over here, buddy. Come on. Swedish fish are his favorite treat. I'm trying to lure him this way, but he really kind of want to look that way. That way. Let's see if he'll jump back over this way.
That's what we have in common then. I like a
critically
Swedish fish,
endangered. It's a primate. It's related to monkeys. These guys live in Madagascar, almost extinct. So we need to protect their habitat.
A lot of people like Kirstie Alley, they have lemurs.
Not a good idea to have any of these animals as pets.
Okay.
You need special care, special facilities, vet care, professional trainers to work with them. So not something that regular people want to do.
Dave, if I didn't know you, I would never be exposed to such exoticness. Thank you again for coming to our show.
You're welcome.
For more information.
All right, let's see.
Okay, what should people know about getting exotic animals? Like, this is beautiful, but really?
Yeah, so for most people, a dog or a cat is your best bet as a pet.
Yes.
But on Pet Talk, my new series on Nat Geo Wild, we talk about all sorts of animals like exotic pets. This is a blue and gold macaw. Beautiful animal, can make a great pet, but you want to remember certain things. These guys can live to be 80 years old. So if you're going to get one, make sure you have a plan to take care of this animal.
You've got to put the pet in your will.
Yeah, do you want to feed him?
Sure.
Yeah, see if he'll take the pretzel from you. There we go. So,
Here, honey, no.
yeah.
Come on, babe.
Let's see.
Come on, baby.
Yeah, I think I don't think he
He's
wants
full.
it. Yeah, so at any rate, you want to make sure that you have a plan for these guys and make sure you get it from a reputable breeder because people steal these out of the wild. Really bad from a conservation point of view.
Okay.
All right, so our next animal is a snake. And these guys actually make amazing pets. They don't take up a lot of room, they don't shed. This is a blood python. Will get to be about 5 feet long. And so what I want to tell people about this is snakes do make great pets, but you want to make sure that you understand what species you're getting because some of them get huge. And
okay, how old is this one right here?
this snake is only a couple years old, and again, it'll get to be about 5 years old. But check out this guy here, Wendy.
Oh, gosh.
This is a boa constrictor and is going to get much, much bigger than the python here, right? So if you're gonna get a snake like this, make sure that you can take care of it. Never release these guys into the wild. People get these animals, they get too big, they can't take care of them. Down in the Florida Everglades, there are giant Burmese pythons that are now eating alligators and ruining the environment.
Because people get
pet owners release
impatient
them.
and they release them.
Exactly, yeah. So definitely, again, not a pet for everybody.
Now, you've been
All
one
right.
who always told me with wild or exotic animals, don't name them.
Right.
Because you get too... What is this?
So, all right, come on over here.
What is going on?
All right, come on over here, Wendy. Totally safe.
I feel
You
like
guys-
pulling out my vacuum cleaner.
Come on over. You can pet this one. It's
Who
really,
is
really
this?
sweet. This is a baby alpaca. It's
Hi.
related.
Whoop.
It's related to llamas. These guys are a big farm pet trend right now. This is only a baby. She's gonna get to be 150 pounds. So if you get an animal like this as a pet, can't live in your house. You gotta have an outdoor pen, a barn. So they make great pets. They're cute. You want a pet over here?
Yeah.
She'll calm down. Feel how soft that is. This species has been
Oh,
domesticated.
look at her tail. She likes me.
Domesticated for 6,000 years. Domesticated down in South America.
Okay.
So again, really cute animal, but only if you can take care of it properly. All right.
Dave, I'm still down with dogs, cats, and hamsters.
And you know what? That's what I said. Most people, a dog, cat, hamster, that's what you should stick with.
Who are you
All right.
guys who get alligators? And,
All right, so this is an animal that you should never get as a pet. This is a baby alligator.
How old?
Looks cute. This is just like a year old, right? You can gently touch, right? But what happens to alligators? They grow, and eventually
They climb in the sewer and through the toilet.
That's actually a myth. But this cute little baby alligator or a caiman or something is eventually gonna get to be much, much bigger. This alligator is about 5.5, 6 feet long. It's gonna get twice as big. You cannot take care of this animal as a pet.
How old is this one now?
This one's probably about 5 years old. It's gonna get to be twice this size.
So when you go to your pet store, you see this, and this is what you bring home.
Right.
By the time 5 years goes, you're gonna have this.
Exactly, right. And so, alligators are not as common, but a green iguana, same thing. Green iguanas get to be this big as adults. If you can't care for it, don't get it as a pet. All right, let's go on to our next animal.
I don't advise any of this if you live in an apartment, first of all.
Exactly, right. You can't.
Like, you have to have a backyard to start with.
Come on over here, Wendy. We have.
Oh my gosh, is this the potbelly pig?
Okay, come on. This is a
I'm nervous.
Baby piglet.
Look, he's snorting. I snort when I laugh, look.
You want to give him a little pet? How sweet, right?
Hi.
Who wouldn't want this little adorable piglet as a pet? And mini pigs, potbelly pigs.
Oh, pig's feet, look.
Pig's feet. Huge trend right now. But they're gonna get big. Check out this guy.
Oh my gosh, he's equally as cute.
Right, he's equally as cute, but he's gonna keep growing. A couple 100 pounds. If you can't take care of this animal, you can gently pet him on the back while he's eating. You can do it, you can do it. There we go. So again, pigs make great pets. They're intelligent as dogs, but only if you can properly care for them. You want to make sure you have a good vet. They get outdoor at time. They get exercise, just like a dog. And this potbelly pig can get to be 200-300 pounds.
Does he live in the house, or is he going to live in the backyard?
Well, if you happen to get one small enough, they can live in the house. But for most people, you're not going to be able to properly care for this animal. So again, stick with a dog or a cat. Do your research and only get a pet that you can actually handle.
Now, on your new TV show, you're going to have, well, okay, that's it for the segment. Listen, I love when you come here. Have you noticed I've loosened up as far
Absolutely.
as... I used to not touch the animals,
terrified, yeah.
and now I love them.
This is also a North American species.
A beaver.
It's a beaver, exactly. Let's see if we can get our beaver here to have a little snack. There we go. So beavers, this looks pretty big, right?
Oh, wow, look at the tail.
Yeah, but an adult beaver can actually get to be about 60 pounds, right? So I want you to feel how luxurious this fur is. Right?
Beautiful.
Yeah. So this cute little baby beaver, this species was once almost wiped out because of that fur. It's waterproof, and trappers trap them.
Look at the bottom. Look at his bottom feet. Can we get a close-up of the feet?
They're webbed.
Keep going.
These guys they use the tail and their webbed feet to swim. They're really important animals. They build these ponds that lots of other animals need to survive. So we want to have these guys around. Even though they're rodents, they get a bad rap. But,
yeah.
All right, let's go on to our next guy here.
You know what Dave always says, too? Don't ask what these animals' names are, because we don't name that. He doesn't like to have names for the animals, because then we get attached and think of them as real domestic animals.
Exactly right. And again, we don't want to promote people having animals like pets, especially monkeys. This is a vervet monkey. It's an African species. They live on the savanna and sort of the dry woodlands.
Look at him peel just like a human being.
Absolutely, yeah. He's a teenager, and you can tell because in this species, when they get to be sexually mature, their faces turn a dark color. When they're babies, their faces are a lighter color.
Oh, interesting.
And so there's lots of different things that change, just like with people,
yes,
when animals get bigger and turn into adults. And that's one way that you can tell the age. He's a couple of years old. But they live in family groups. They're just like people. They take care of each other. Really, really amazing animals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people these days, let's bring out the next animal while we still chat. A lot of people these days, I've noticed it's a trend to get these exotic animals, like lemurs and monkeys and stuff, and have them at your house.
Yeah.
Until one rips your face off.
Exactly, right? All right.
Is this a llama?
This is a baby llama. Wendy, you can come on over here.
Well, maybe.
You can pet her. She's super soft.
How you doing, llama?
Let's try to get the bottle in her mouth.
I'm scared.
All right.
Dave, I'm scared. Here, you do it.
Yeah, let me try.
I'll touch her.
Yeah, you can pet her back there. Let's see. Come on, come on.
Oh.
There we go, there we go. She's only a few weeks old as well.
Really?
Super soft. This is actually a domesticated animal.
She is soft.
The wild versions do still live in South America in the mountains, but...
What do they eat? What do they do?
They're herbivores, so they're grazing on grasses and things like that. When they're babies, they're mammals. They drink milk just like we do, but super, super cute. She's gonna get to be about 250 pounds when she's full grown. Farmers actually use llamas to protect their herds of sheep from things like coyotes because they have a naturally protective instinct. And let me tell you, a 250-pound llama can be a mean animal. They will kick the crap out of a coyote that comes in and tries to eat the sheep.
Do they run fast?
They can run pretty fast, exactly, yeah. So you definitely don't want to mess with a llama.
Okay.
Yeah, they can be They can be pretty aggressive, which you know, they play their role in captivity on farms and things like that.
Okay.
All right, so our last animal is also really, really awesome. If you guys are fans of The Lion King.
Yeah, I thought just The Lion King and cartoons.
Yeah. This is Violet the warthog. Now, she's also kind of a teenager. She's a couple years old, and we're just gonna let her kind of hang out and eat her grapes here.
A warthog is related to a pig?
They're a species of African wild pig. They live in desert areas. They also live in family groups. They dig burrows. Believe it or not, this animal digs a burrow and goes underground. They have their babies under there.
Really?
Yeah, and if she were out in the wild, she would be having babies pretty soon.
Now, why is she walking around on her knees part of the time?
You know, that's what they do when they forage to get their faces closer to the ground.
Oh.
And they have those big knobbly faces that helps them get their food.